Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine with your hosts Darlene and Julie.
Your Time to Shine is a radio show designed for you to embrace your own divine gifts.
That's right. All of those gifts that we have and all the gifts you may have unwrapped after Christmas. I hope everybody had some great holidays. And now it's time to de-stress. Does anybody know about what it's like to be stressed? And now that the holidays are over, almost, Julie and I tonight are going to talk about some ways that you can bring your body back down to peace and calm and bring in some balance into your life. So Julie, is there one particular way that you enjoy bringing your body back to peace and calm?
You know, I use music a lot. I will go find a quiet place and listen to some music to kind of help de-stress, or sometimes I just need to go into pure silence. I'll go for a walk. That'll be when I take the dogs out for a walk, and that is my time.
Well, what's interesting, what I found in our culture, and it's something that I love to teach my clients about, because when they come in for Reiki sessions, it's usually because they're very stressed. And our culture is sort of designed for that. It keeps us in that fight or flight. You know, even when we're driving, just day-to-day activities, and the body doesn't know whether it's really being chased by a lion or not. So it's our job, especially if we're the people who are looking for spiritual connection. And we can't do that when our bodies are stressed and when we're worrying about things, because that keeps us from being able to hear spirit, being able to see messages. So, and it also, you know, stress is known to make us sick and to hurt our bodies. So there are some fun ways that we can teach our body how to go back to a peace and calm, that natural state that it prefers to be in, as opposed to always thinking there's a lion chasing us. So what I talk to people about is I ask them, how is it, now this may sound funny at first, but how is it do you learn best or remember information best? Is it by reading? Is it by hearing information? Or is it by seeing information? Or is it a combination? So after I ask somebody that question, then I give them a tool for de-stressing based on their answer. So if somebody learns best through seeing something or reading something, I suggest to them that they perhaps try a visualization to calm their body, like close your eyes and think about your favorite place. Mine happens to be the beach. So I picture myself on a tropical beach with the palm trees and maybe a pina colada in my hand with an umbrella, and my body reacts and relaxes immediately. And like you were talking about with music, so if someone receives information, retains information after hearing it, music may be how their body will relax and get out of that autopilot,
right,
out of the fight or flight. And also, you know, what kind of music, you know, would work for you. So you think about your personal likes and dislikes, because there's not one way, one right way that will de-stress everybody's body, and depending on your mood. So there might be a really good guitar riff that I listen to that will relax me, or if I'm in another mood, really nice meditation music.
Right. Yeah, and also don't forget about physical feeling and touch. Sometimes a massage, or like you said, a Reiki session, or taking your shoes off and walking through the grass. anything like that could ground you and bring you back into your body, your awareness, and all of your senses. Or a walk. You know, I talked about walking my dogs, and that helps to ground me too. So movement with some people works really well. So it's just a matter of finding out what works for you and then putting that into place.
Right, exactly. Movement. I forgot. How could I forget about movement and touch, massages, or a manicure or a pedicure? Those are great ways to just relax, let your body go.
Absolutely.
And also, preparing for those situations where we might realize or have had experience with stress coming up as a result of a situation. So doing some of those activities before and preparing your body for a situation that you know may cause stress to begin with. So maybe listening to music or earthing or grounding before you go somewhere. We may have talked about that a little bit last week when the topic was visiting family on the holidays. So think ahead of time. So every day be intentional about what it is that will be happening and what you have going on, and is there something you can prepare your body for so that it won't go into automatic pilot, it won't go into automatic response. And practice that. Oh, here's a good idea. I just had an awareness. Practice these de-stress activities every day. So if you are practicing, the more your body is in that state of calm and balance, the more likely you'll be able to control when you do go into a situation where there might be stress. So your body, it will remember how to get to that place more easily. So, yeah, one of the things I do every day is self-Reiki, putting my hands on my heart into the body. I start my day already in that calm space.
Right. Yeah. It's all about finding something that works for you. And even if you can find 5 minutes out of your day, I know that it's really hard. Everybody is really busy. They're running back and forth and doing things. But if you can just find 5 minutes in your day, or start out slow, twice a week even, would be perfect. And that's all it's going to take. And then sooner or later, you'll find that 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes, it turns into 20 or a half an hour, and your body responds immediately to that.
Right. It definitely does. And sometimes you just want to do it all day.
Exactly.
So, yeah, think of whatever that is that keeps your body in that space and in that place of balance, what that most looks like, what it feels like, and create the space around you, too. Maybe if you have an office, you can also create a de-stressed sort of environment as well. And that helps your body to respond to what's around it. So you can find a favorite crystal or pictures that you like that you can put around your house or your office, wherever you spend most of your time. And having those objects near you can also help to create that space of calm and peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And one of my favorite ways to de-stress is getting in the car and putting on my radio and just jamming to great music, great guitar, or Michael Jackson. I'm a girl who grew up in the 80s, so putting on music that will lighten the mood, I think, is really important too.
Yeah, I will often listen to music in the car just to get away from the stress of the traffic and everything around me, it puts me in a more relaxed state of mind.
Right. So doing what you like, even though you may be in a stressful situation, anyway, to make it less stressful.
Absolutely.
And this is really key for those of you who would like to be more connected to spirit and more connected to your guides and your angels and crossed over loved ones. Having your body be in that state of calm and balance as often as you can, that communication is open, it's more clear, and you don't have the energy of stress and worry that blocks any type of connection that spirit has when they want to communicate with us.
Yeah, definitely. When I have a lot on my mind, or I'm thinking through a lot of things, or things are coming at me really fast, I don't hear what spirit has to say to me. So at that point, I have to have that awareness of saying, okay, it's time to take a little walk, step away, and recenter.
Right, especially when we're wanting to hear and communicate. And if we're stressed in desperation, trying to communicate with spirit, it won't necessarily come through either. I want to talk to you. Listen. It's when you're in the calmest mindset that communication with spirit will be.
Absolutely.
I just did that today, as a matter of fact.
Yes, we were just talking about that.
So what I wanted to do before we took callers is, if you're interested in having more of this conversation as far as de-stressing and different ways that you can add to your toolbox, you can go to our Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, and communicate with Julie and I that way. And we're always over there answering when people send us messages. So if there's anything you'd like to add to this conversation about stress and communicating with spirit and getting your body out of autopilot, you can go to Your Time to Shine Facebook page and click on the podcast. So it looks like we have a caller from Cincinnati. Leslie, you are on the air.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good, Leslie. How are you?
Great. I am calling. This is my first time calling, so I'm so excited.
Welcome.
Believe it or not, I'm usually on the other end of the conversation. So I do actually give psychic advice. So this time, the teacher is calling, and just wanted a little clarity.
Sure. What is your question?
Okay, well, two areas. One in the area of romance, and the other is a possible move coming up very soon. So anything that you would get around that would be wonderful.
So while Julie is tuning into that, I'm going to ask you a question, Leslie. When you're communicating with spirit and answering questions for your clients, what do you like to do to de-stress your body?
To de-stress, usually I start out definitely with grounding and meditation. Music is always a go-to, always. That really raises the vibration, and it just kind of releases and lets go of any excess energy that needs to be released. And definitely, I think just getting quiet and grounding and centering is a big one for me. I've been at this for many years, so I kind of just do it without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of...
It gets to that point where it just becomes so natural, yeah. Well, thank you for answering. Julie.
Yeah.
Julie ready?
Yeah. So Leslie, I'm getting a big green sign with an arrow on it, like moving forward. So this move seems to be significant to you in the way of moving forward in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I get that it's a physical move, but more than anything, this is a move forward into your path of direction, into
Absolutely.
what you are, yeah, what you are naturally being drawn to. So I guess the moves, there's the two, like I said, there's the two pieces of that, being physically moving, and then I feel even spiritually moving forward as well.
Yes, definitely understand that.
And so I really feel like you are getting the big thumbs up on this.
Okay. Do you see any particular direction for that? An area, region, is what I mean.
I'm getting somewhere where you can be in the sun a lot. I'm not getting an actual area,
Okay.
but I'm just getting warm sun. Are you, Darlene's over there nodding her head. Are you getting that too?
Yeah. Leslie, where is it that your body would like to be?
Well, I'm very drawn to Arizona. I've spent a lot of time in Arizona, so you definitely would have the sun and the warmth very right on with that. I recently had thought about possibly Tennessee as well. I just wasn't, further south. I wasn't sure if I was going west or south. So still in the deciding stages. I know that this is approaching quickly. I'm not sure how it'll all come together, but I definitely have been getting the call to move forward, just as you said, and it is going to open many doorways. So just trying to hang on for the ride.
Right, that waiting.
Yeah. I'm Leslie, I'm also getting that once you make this move, you're going to get more settled, more grounded, and that's where this love is going to come into play. I can't tell at this moment if it's truly a love interest or just love of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your body will be so much happier. So you'll be eliciting more joy and opening up more doors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Do you see an old love returning, or do you see someone new coming up?
Somebody new. It's a whole new situation.
Oh, wonderful.
I hear the word choice also. So you have more than just one possibility showing up. So
yes.
The question, is it old or new? You may already know that there's a possibility of an old love, and yet there's also a possibility for a new one to show up.
Okay.
So there's both, and it's what you choose.
I see this really opening up for you. I mean, everything is going to become so clear to you. It's like I see the upper end of a funnel. So you know how sometimes you'll see a funnel and it'll go down to a point, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the funnel and it's going upward. So that massive expanse.
Gotcha. Okay. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Liz, for calling in. If you have any other questions to expand on, you can go to our Facebook page, Your Time to Shine. And we have another caller that we're going to take. And it was so great talking to you, Leslie.
Thank you, ladies. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, and many blessings to you in the coming year for 2018, ladies. Abundance, prosperity, and health.
You too enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Good night. Jennifer from Charleston, West Virginia. Welcome. You're on the air tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome.
How are you?
Great. How are you tonight, and how can Julie and I help you?
Well, I'm doing well, and I had some questions about my husband and I are trying to get pregnant, and I'm wondering if you see that happening or, if what we can do to help that come along.
That actually goes really well with what we were talking about earlier, I think. That's what I'm picking up on, Julie. How about you?
I got a very clear image of a baby immediately. So my guess is that yes, that's coming in your future.
Practice ways that will relax and stress your body about the situation.
Okay.
So, yeah, wherever it is that you may be trying rather than being the energy of it and really being into it, whatever that might be. To be really more in enjoyment rather than trying to do something or, really more on the fun rather than the outcome, if that makes sense.
Okay. Sure.
So just be more relaxed.
Yeah, when our bodies are, like Darlene said, when our bodies are stressed out or they are feeling the need to perform, and I, for one, I had this happen myself when I was trying for my daughter. It seemed like an eternity, and the minute I stopped thinking about it is when it happened. And so all it took was me to let down my guard and let nature take its course. And I'm really feeling like like Darlene picked up on it real quickly, but there's a lot of stress based around this, Yeah. So somehow you have to release that and let that go in order for this to happen. But I can tell you that yes, it is definitely in your future.
Okay, wonderful. Do you see if it's a boy or a girl?
One or the other, right?
Yeah, I'm getting more. I'm getting more that it's a boy.
Okay.
But it's a real mix. It's a real mix of both. So maybe the decision hasn't been made yet.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm not getting a real strong sense of either at this point.
Okay. I used to think girls, but we had... Go ahead.
Think about what, the joy that you and your husband can have right now in creating a baby. Think more about going out to dinner or creating the situation, whatever it is that brings you joy. And put the body in that presence of whether you go out dancing or whatever you two enjoy doing together. Be focused on that, and it sort of will deflect from the stress of trying to make a baby and work more on creating the fun and enjoyment and reconnect with him on a different level as opposed to, just to make a baby.
Okay, that makes sense. What did you say?
Have fun with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful. I really appreciate that.
Sure.
Do you, can I ask you something else? I'm just trying to figure out if you know what I can do about migraines. Getting migraines for many, many years, and I'm seeing a homeopath right now, but I'm trying to get those taken care of before I get pregnant. Do you know anything about that?
I've actually had them. So we're running out of time. If you go to our Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, on Facebook, and click the podcast, I will be happy to follow up with that question with you. And Jennifer, thank you for calling in. I'll meet you over there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, thank you, everybody, for listening in. Julie, thank you.
Thank you. You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio. Everybody have a great evening.
Thank you so much for listening in. And go have some fun.